Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and today I'm making another safari crochet animal, but wait, no, not actually. You may be wondering like, hey Becky, why are you still doing this? Haven't you made all the ones from this book? And the answer is yes, I have. But here's the thing. Back when the shooting done safaris were done with guns and not cameras, which honestly, I'm very glad that shooting is now done with cameras instead of guns. They had what was called the Big Five. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in other iterations of the series, where it's like the 5 hardest animals to hunt, I think it was. Or it's like the elephants, the lions, the rhino, the buffalo, and one more that's not in this book. And if I'm so close to getting the 5, I might as well make the 5th one. And the 5th one is a leopard. So I'm gonna make a leopard because I hope to see a leopard as well as all the other animals, even if they're not included in this book. That means I'm gonna end up going with 13 animals instead of 12, but well, in reality, no matter how many stuffed animals I make, it's going to be at least one more in addition because I'm bringing my teddy bear to sleep with. That's just non-negotiable at this point. But I'm not bringing my teddy bear out in safari like I am these other animals that I'm making. Anyway, I found myself a leopard pattern in the Edward's Menagerie book. It turns out there's a leopard in here. This is like Tom the leopard. Has the spots that make it a leopard. So I'm going to make Tom the leopard, but also, unlike the other animals I made that look a little bit more realistic, the main thing about Edward's Menagerie, what Kerry does, is she has like a base, and then she makes alterations based on the base, and that becomes the animal. This leopard is going to look less like a leopard and more like a adorable teddy bear, but I'm okay with that because I will know that it's a leopard. And it's just quick enough, it's just simple enough that I can just whip it out, even with the random color changes that are going to be there. The other animals I made so far do look a little bit more realistic, but for a couple of them, realistic is kind of pushing it, yeah. I'm thinking back on the badger. Let's get started on the leopard, shall we? leopard. I'm very glad it's done. Very, very glad it's done. Because I'm leaving to go to the airport in 5 hours. And I can't finish packing until this goes in the suitcase. I know it's down to the wires. It's really down to the wire. But it's done. Was this a simpler pattern than most of the other patterns I've done? I mean, I had an easier time following it. It was a Toff pattern. I'm very familiar with Toff patterns. But it also took longer simply because they had these little spots, and honestly, I was taking shortcuts. Instead of like trying to navigate like stranded color work inside, it's just like cut, snip, cut, snip. It's like I don't have to weave in the ends. I can just tie all the ends in because they're all going to be inside anyway. I know Toff patterns in general are not very fond of the safety eyes, but I just put them in because it saves me time. It saves me time as compared to sewing. Sewing probably wouldn't be that much time saved anyway, but there was some time saved. And my sewing might be a bit sloppy. I tried to prevent the belly from being turned because part of the belly is happening, but I think it got turned around anyway, so it might be a little bit lopsided. But cute little leopard, and now I really hope I see a leopard in Africa because I made this. Even though it looks a lot more like a teddy bear than an actual leopard, but I'm very proud of myself. That was today's entertainment. Have a nice day.